watch my back, I'll watch yours. You should head back to the Bridwood. I'll take care of the shelves. And glad to see you. We could really...
No one sent me, but the Minutemen are always here to help.
A pack of feral ghouls is one.
Where are they holed up?
Here, I'll mark it for you.
Hi, miss.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Peggy Martin, and I'm absolutely thrilled to tell you the news that women today are happier and luckier than they've ever been. And it's all thanks to the Watts brand hot plate, the world's first and finest portable gas grill. You've heard about it, I'm sure.
We got some tough
through its
competition
best
out here today.
advertisement, The Woman Who Owns One. That's
This is
because
one
having a
hell
hot
of a
plate
race.
means a happy husband, and a happy husband means a happy home.
All I've been getting is compliments for my food ever since I got my
She's in the
Whopper
camp.
hot plate.
Call in the box. Turn them loose.
8 meals a day just so I can get more of them.
This sort of reaction is typical. In fact, we just finished talking with millions of women all over the country, and 99% of them recommend the Watts brand hot plate to 100% of their friends and relatives. Why? Because the Watts brand hot plate is more delicious. Watts Temperature Supply Guide shows the correct temperature for preparing all your favorite dishes, taking out all the things and planning most housewives aren't equipped for. Just dial them up to the correct temperature, and you'll have eggs and bacon that are perfect every time. On top of that, it's water sealed. That means no more electrocutions or trips to the hospital for you or your loved ones. So buy the new controlled heat hot plate by Watts today. The best in electrical appliances made.
The best in talk, sports, drama, and music. Atomic Radio.
Some people work the 9 to 5.
Earn what lesser men call an honest living. Me? I play the horses. Wasn't always like this, mind you. It began as a mistake.
Damn it! Screw this!
Nothing there now.
Got it.
Turn tail and ram. Hey, lights out! Try to give me the slip.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Attention, Space Cadets. Here's an urgent message for Secret Squadron members. B-U-T-T-Z. I repeat, B-U-T-T-Z. Over.
Here's a message. Now to decode it.
How do you do that?
I can't show you, because you're not a member of the Secret Squadron, Judy. Only members get the new Silver Dart decoder.
Can girls join too?
Yes, they can. But in your case, Judy, I'm gonna make an exception. But to all other children who aren't Judy, you're welcome to join Space Fleet's Secret Squadron at any time. Just cut out the postcard that's included on the back of every pack of sugar bombs.
Well, fee,
And
fi,
when you
fo,
join,
fum.
you'll get a membership card and a Space Fleet pin, as well as instructions on how to use your decoder ring. Of course, there's one message you don't need to decipher, and that's the nutritional information on the side of the box.
Come on
After
out.
all, Sugar Bombs has already been cleared by Space Fleet's medical staff, so you know it's good and good for you. This is Admiral Midnight for Space Fleet, signing off.
sports, drama, and music. Atomic Radio.
You've seen the attack of the 50-foot woman, as well as the blitzkrieg of the 60-foot Nazi. Now get ready for twice the horror and 3 times the heel, as we present to you the most frightening monster ever known to man.
Don't you see, Johnny? She was just an ordinary pork bum peddler. None of this would have happened if it weren't for that blasted cookie.
But it's just a fortune cookie. What's the harm in that?
That was no ordinary cookie. Not after the gamma rays had their way with it.
And that turned her into a monster?
What was that? Of course not. If anything, it gave her radiation poisoning. No, it wasn't the cookie that turned her into a monster. It was the fortune written inside.
Why? What did it say?
From each according to his ability, to each according to his needs. It was Marx, Johnny. Karl Marx.
Oh, God. But that means...
That's right. They're coming.
But nothing.
For you, for me,
Must
even
be
the
losing
dog.
my mind.
And it's not with a gun in their hand or a bomb in the sky. They're doing it with snacks, Johnny. Little cookies that promise you the future, all while stealing it out from under you.
Can Johnny restore freedom and end the socialist threat? Will the health inspector discover the source of the gamma radiation? Find out in the most patriotic motion picture ever made, A Socialist Fortune.
There you are.
And now, a message from our sponsors.
What's that burning up the road? Is it a wildfire? Nuclear fallout? No, it's the new Chrysler's Corvega Atomic V8, the fastest automotive vehicle ever built. And what makes the Corvega faster than any other car? Why, it's the fins. These stylish tail fins aren't just for show. They're the exact same fins you'll find on ships NASA engineers for spaceflight. What does that have to do with automobiles? Nothing, if you're talking about the cars produced by our competitors. But the Corvega isn't just a car. It's a giant.
Oh, yeah!
Delivered by a company with the know-how and ingenuity to reach for the moon. Just like America. Chrysler, America's #1 nuclear-powered automobile.
And now, some music.
Crawl out through the fallout, baby, when they drop that bomb. Crawl out through the fallout with the greatest of aplomb. When your white count's getting higher, hurry, don't delay. I'll hold you close and kiss those radiation burns away. Crawl out through the fallout, baby, to my loving arms. Through the rain of strontium-90. Think about your hero when you're at ground zero, and crawl out through the fallout back to me.
Are you waiting for the spaceship, man? Yeah, I bet that's why you're here. You want to get picked up too.
Do you really believe in aliens?
Aliens? Hell no! There's no such thing as aliens. I'm talking about the space people from the old world. The ones that left the planet when the nukes came. They come back every 10 years, pick up 40 men and 40 women, and bring them back to their home planet. People just like you and me, provided you're healthy.
Hey!
The government had a plan from the beginning, an escape plan. Oh yeah, they knew exactly what would happen when they fired those nukes.
Radio, the #1 AM station in all of Boston.
You may not be aware of this, but one of the primary causes of death from an atomic blast is not the explosion itself, but the fallout that comes after it. Radiation, invisible to the naked eye, can contaminate your body, leading to sickness, vomiting, and in rare cases, melting of the flesh. That's why, in many cities, civil defense contractors have begun building fallout shelters, stocked with food, water, and sanitation equipment. With assistance from Vault-Tec, these shelters are designed to provide all the amenities you'll find above ground. However, there will be times when emergency situations require you to leave the shelter and step out into the irradiated wasteland. When traveling through a fallout area, it's important to remember the following rules. First, protect your body with boots, heavy clothing, and a mask to guard your lungs from airborne dust. Second, always carry a picture of the American flag or a copy of the Constitution on your person. This will help
If you're looking for
identify you as a
ammunition or
friend
weapon
to
mods,
military
Dr.
forces
Teagan
that may
might
be
have a
dealing
plan.
with the communist
Brotherhood?
invasion.
Then there's
Third,
everything else.
bring a device that can
Nothing
help
in between.
detect levels of radiation, like a standard issue Pip-Boy or a Watts brand Geiger counter. When entering a region that is heavy in radioactive
Can't
particles,
talk right now.
inject yourself
Gotta clean
with
the
a dose
Mirelux
of Rad
scat
X
off my boots.
before proceeding.
You
Finally,
should head back to the
when
Pridwood.
returning to a
I'll
shelter,
take care of the
be
cells.
sure to dust yourself
And
off
the
thoroughly before re-entry. While this will do little to stop you from vectoring whatever diseases you brought from outside, it shows proper etiquette and will increase
You ever
your
wondered
chances
if
of
it's Scott
survival
Jameson
when the
said
other
it's true?
dwellers decide whether to quarantine you or shoot you dead. Radioactive fallout is
despair,
a
sister.
scenario no one wants to live through. But should the unthinkable happen, you can survive, provided you utilize the knowledge and methods offered in this recording.
Greetings, Knight. Hey!
Outstanding work at Fort Strong, soldier.
So, what happens at Fort Strong now?
Paladin Dance is supervising the transfer of the Fat Man warheads to the Prydwen. I've also ordered a detachment to occupy the location, and use it as a staging area to protect the eastern side of the airport. All in all,
It was an honor fighting for the Brotherhood.
I'm glad you feel that way, because our mission here has only just begun. In order to bring the Institute to its knees, we need to use every weapon at our disposal. I try to supply my soldiers with the best. That's why I'm giving you these. Signal grenades can call a vertibird to your location when you need aerial transport. Simply throw one to the ground, and the vertibird will hone in on the unique electromagnetic smoke it emits. Once you're aboard, use the map on your Pip-Boy to interface with the pilot's navigation system, so he'll be able to take you wherever you need.
Where can I get more signal grenades?
I'd use the supply I gave you sparingly. These devices are far more complex than a standard smoke grenade. Should you need more, you should acquire.
Thank you, Elder. I'll make good use of them.
I expect that you will. Now, I'm sure you're aware that Fort Strong was simply the first step towards the liberation. An even greater task lies ahead. By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading recorded by Paladin Dance's recon team. According to our scribes, the reading indicated a level of tech. The moment this information came to light, our mission became the Institute. And everyone, to accomplish this goal, we need. I've had our scribes meticulously searching the Commonwealth, but they've.
Anything you need, Elder. You just say the word.
I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground. You seem to have a vested interest in locating the Institute before we met. If you discover a way in, I need you to report it to me immediately. Any questions, Knight?
Aren't there any pre-war records about the...
Our records indicate that the Institute was born from the remnants of a pre-war educational facility. The ruins of the facility are at the center of the city. The location appears to have been abandoned long ago. Anything else, Knight?
Not right now, Elder.
Very well then. Dismissed.
word from our sponsors.
No! Do it yourself!
Ugh, that guy. He burns me up.
Don't get angry. Bill's having a tough time. He's upset. Emotionally upset. Just like a baby.
Well, he shouldn't be. The man's over 40 years old.
I realize that, but he can't help it. He's mentally ill. In his heart.
How true that is. People who overreact to minor situations may be emotionally ill. It's not because they want to be. It's because they have to be. But remember, these people can be saved. Sometimes it comes
think
in the
the
form
Commonwealth
of
looks
sympathetic
bad?
ear,
You
or
should see the
general
Capitol
human
wasteland.
kindness.
Excuse
Other
me.
times it comes
Ready
in
to
the
continue
form
our
of
mission,
professional help,
soldier?
like therapy or
Ready.
mental
Roger that.
When that time comes, Parsons State Insane Asylum is here to help. Our technicians are fully trained in the latest mental health techniques to guide your loved ones on the path to wellness. Stop by our facilities and get a tour
Food
of
in
the
the mess
campus
hall isn't
today.
bad. Well, as long as you don't smell it before you eat it.
We're on the air from Bristol.
There's no time to waste when there's work to be done.
Atomic Radio.
Building something?
Is the electromagnetic shielding up? Without it, the machine might malfunction.
It's up. Not that it'll help much, given the other dozen or so parts that could fail in its place.
Dr. Sanders, I get the distinct feeling you don't share my enthusiasm for this project.
Dr. Jones, I'd like to think of the 20 years that we've been together, I've given you a lot. I've given you my time, my sweat, and my expertise. I even gave you my secret recipe for banana bread. Not that you'd know how to use it, but the one thing I won't give you is my enthusiasm. Not when you choose to risk your life for this experiment.
Risk is a part of life, Doctor. You take a risk when you eat your sugar bombs in the morning, when you drive your Corvega, and when you cheat on your husband. Every second is a dice roll. The only saving grace is that you have some semblance of control. But when it comes to nuclear war, to radioactive fallout and the end of days, you have no choice. Your fate is left in the hands of two men with their fingers on the button, and you know there's only a matter of time before one of them pushes it. That's why we built our own machine, with our own button. One that will send me back in time, and when you press it, nothing will ever be the same.
Lancer Captain Kells is one of the finest officers I've ever had the pleasure of serving under. Have you ever fired a minigun? Chews through ferrules like paper.
All right, Dr. Jones, you have my attention. What is this urgent message you wish to relay?
Mr. President, I want you to take your finger off the button.
I'm sorry, but what button?
You know which one. The one you use in the event of an invasion. The button that fires the nukes.
Dr. Jones,
Most farmers
did
give you no
realize
trouble.
there isn't an actual button?
I trust you know what
do
to
you
do.
mean?
Dr. Jones,
Let me see what you have.
Got some
button
choice.
for our nuclear arsenal. The generals, they make a recommendation, then I give the authorization to launch.
You're wrong, Mr. President. I'm positive there's a button somewhere. And with the way things are going, it's only a matter of time before you push it. I know these things because, well, go ahead and ask me how I know.
All right. I'm gonna indulge you. How do you know?
Because I'm a time traveler.
Dr. Jones, that is quite frankly the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
And yet it's the truth. Listen to me, Mr. President. Do not press the button.
I think I've heard quite enough. I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
So, how did it go?
I couldn't change a thing. I went to a dozen critical points in history, as far back as the invention of the button itself, and I couldn't convince a single person I was a time traveler, not even your husband.
Well, you can hardly... Wait, what?
You think after I told him about the affairs and the drugs, he would... Well, it doesn't matter. I'm beginning to think the past can't be changed, which means we have no choice but to accept this future.
so. What do we do now?
All we can do is hope. If the president doesn't know where the button is, it's possible he'll never get the chance to
Oh
press
God,
it.
mole rat on a
To
stick.
ignorance,
Wasn't
Dr.
really bad
Sanders.
idea.
It's humanity's
Excuse me.
greatest weakness, and its saving grace.
Well, I'm a mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Yes, I'm a mighty man. I'm young and I'm in my prime. Well, I don't pick my jobs. I'm ready for any old kind. Yes, I'm a real young man. A brand new 25. Yes, I'm a real young man. A brand new 25. Well, I'm willing, I'm able, I'm frantic, much alive. Well,
Cade won't clear me for duty yet.
I ain't no hand me down.
He's giving me
Yes, I'm 6 feet tall.
It sounds like we owe you our gratitude for wiping out those... Or perhaps you were interested...
I found some technical documents for you.
Splendid. I'll put them... Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, check every...
Proctor Quinlan.
Ah, Knight. You have...
I've got time to assist on a patrol.
Wonderful. I can't deny my excitement over the prospect. Meet the scribe just outside.
Right.
You will escort and protect her while she collects data, and, most importantly...
Well, I'm a single man. I really don't need a wife. Pick up you gals. Yes, I'm a single man. I really don't need
Welcome back. I heard about the operation at Fort Strong.
Ooh, what a wonderful life.
Could use some supplies, actually.
Scribes have been stocking us up. Help yourself.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Drama, comedy, and sports, all at the turn of a dime. If you want the best in entertainment, the only place to find it is in front of a Universal Electric black daylight television set. That's right, with this television you'll get blacker blacks and whiter whites, helping your eyes segregate the colors on screen better than any other brand. The
Something
cabinet
I
has
can
been
do for
slaved
you,
over by
Zoltan?
America's finest craftsmen and features a brown mahogany finish that has been hand-whipped and varnished for lasting durability. Despite being a separate piece of furniture, you'll find it fits equally into any room, all at a much lower cost to you. So own a Universal Electric television today for better contrast and a better experience.
Remember, we're out here representing...
You're listening to Atomic Radio, the #1 AM station in all of Boston.
Medical report, Night Captain Cade reporting. I've been working closely with Scribe Naraya, examining some of the synth bodies that our recon teams have recovered. Even though we have yet to recover the synths that appear completely human, these lesser models are still astoundingly advanced. What's becoming apparent is that the Institute is the most technologically gifted enemy we've ever encountered, and therefore exceedingly dangerous. I've turned over all of my data to Lancer Captain Kells, along with my recommendations for developing effective countermeasures.
Closed casket funerals.
Everyone tells me he's no good. He doesn't love me like he should. I would forget him if I only could. He's a demon. He's a devil. He's a But man can look me in the eye and
Trying to minimize reactor jitter. Adjusting compression rate.
Superstructure integrity green. Hull plating stable.
He's a devil. Sometimes I make up my mind that I'll stop being
Stray radio signals keep pinging the array.
I'd just leave that if I were you.
Real bad, but then it turns on those charms, and there I am in his arms, and I forget why I'm at.
At 30-second intervals as requested.
Drop dead, but I keep loving him.
Hold up, Knight. Let me make one thing clear. As a member of the Brotherhood, you serve under mine. When I give you a mission, I expect...
Perfectly.
Good. I've received reports that supplies have been disappearing from our supply.
If so, that's a serious...
That's what worries me. If there... I want you.
Sure.
Report to Night Sergeant Gavel at the base. Beyond that,
Yes, sir.
I expect results.
Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes it's true. Sometimes I wish he were in Timbuktu. He's a demon.
Internal monitoring active.
He's
Looks
a
quiet.
devil. He's a Says he'll call for me at night and take me out somewhere to dine, then staggers in and sings sweet and old line. He's a darling. He's a dreamboat. He's a dog.
Levels are spiking. They want to have a doctor take a look.
Had the measles at 2, the chicken pox and the flu. My whooping cough was grim.
Recon report. Knight Wagner recording. It appears the intel claiming the old CIT ruins house an entrance to the Institute was incorrect. My scouts and I spent days combing the location for a way in and turned up nothing, other than a couple of minor casualties. When a contingent of synths boxed us into an old tunnel where we were sniffing around. My immediate recommendation would be to follow the trail back on whoever provided that intel. I suspect some wastelander is feeding Proctor Quinlan lies to earn some caps.
An expression I use, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love with a wonderful guy.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Hey, you! Tired of the same old food in the can? Joe Spucky's offers fresh sandwiches made right before your eyes. The way you want them, and not the way you
Unless you
like
like getting shot,
God
never
damn
turn
it.
your back on a
That's
gunner.
way too much mustard, Susan.
Let me
We've been
guess.
over this 1,000 times. Meanwhile, over at Joe Spucky,
Gavel.
every
Let me
topping,
guess. Captain
sauce,
Kells sent
and
you?
ingredient is made to your exact
That's right.
Let's take this somewhere more private. Follow me.
only Joe knows the 3 key ingredients that go into every spoon.
We've converted this section of the terminal into our primary
flavor,
supply depot.
fantastic
Everything the
service.
Brotherhood needs to
So
operate
trot on
passes
over
through
to
here.
Joe's today.
Supplies from the
Tried
Prydwen,
meatball
salvage from the
Spucky,
field,
and a
we
large
handle it all.
tonic for only
Access is
$55.
strictly limited to the logistics
You try your
detail,
first
and we track every
Fuchsidella,
crate, every
you'll
bullet,
never
every
wanna
bolt that comes through that door.
Again.
The best in talk, sports. Which is why I don't take kindly to these accusations. I know every soldier in this unit. The thought that anyone would question their... If you've got questions...
Watch your tone, Sergeant.
Sir,
But someone spotted something flying over
Tell me about the logistics.
I've been in charge of this unit for almost 10 years now.
Well,
We're a small...
check it out all the same.
Tell me about the missing...
We're down over 20 crates, if you believe the scribes. All food. Dried meat, Instamash, mac and cheese. It doesn't make sense. I could see someone stealing weapons or tech, but our thief goes to all this trouble for a lifetime supply of cram.
Are you the bus driver? That's right.
Where should I begin my investigation?
You shouldn't. This is a waste of time. I've already spoken with my men. They haven't seen anything. If you insist on questioning someone, go bother
Lucia and Clark?
Knight Lucia and Initiate Clark. They were just posted to this detail a few weeks ago. They're still learning their way around, but if you have to badger someone with your...
That's all for now, Sergeant.
Take my advice. Poke around a little. Then tell the captain to let it go. It's not worth your time or mine.
An unidentified flying object. A UFO. Which
You hear
means
about the
one of
thefts,
you
right?
is an alien.
I already told Sergeant Gavel everything I know.
Oh my god. You already spoke with Gavel?
He questioned the entire unit. None of us saw anything. Look, I want to get to the bottom of this as much as anyone. What do you want to know?
Or should I say,
What's the security?
We're in the middle of a hardened military base, under constant guard. Nothing's getting in or out.
You really think the base is that secure?
I do. And even if something did make it into the supply depot, there are knights on duty in here at all times.
We'll ask them questions.
Tell me about the missing.
I really don't know anything. I've heard...
What rumors have you heard?
Well, they say raiders with stealth boys hit the terminal every night. That supplies disappear faster than we can bring them in. It's a lot of garbage. I usually work the night shift. Believe me.
Tell me about the logistics.
There are what, 10 of us now? Something like that. Our division reports to Proctor Tegan, up on the Pridwin. Sergeant Gavel. Other than the sergeant, there's Lucia, me, the scribes, and...
Did you put the body in the
Lucia?
truck?
Excuse me, Knight Lucia. We joined the...
But something's been bugging.
That's all, Initiate.
Knight?
Speak your mind, Deputy.
Well, I was thinking, when you counted 7 people in the diner, did you count the bus driver?
Of course.
But if there's 6 passengers and 1 driver...
If Dumb and Ugly had a child, it'd be a super mutant.
I think you forgot to carry the 1.
Copper wire.
Either way, I wouldn't worry about it.
Could you tell me where... Oh, I'm sorry, I don't think we've met. Knight Lucia, Logistics. What can I do for you, Knight?
It's the Pentagon's problem now.
Do you have time for some questions?
Oh,
It's been a long night.
you must be here. I'm not sure I can be of much help, but, what do you want to know?
What's the security like around here?
It's tight. At least 2 knights and a scribe on duty at all times. And we've got the entire base right here. We don't have much to worry about.
Is there any way to get past all that security?
Well, you'd have to be in logistics. We're the only ones authorized to bring supplies in or out. Then what? Well, there's no way you'd get a full crate of supplies off base. With all the patrols, someone would notice. But why steal anything in the first place? The Brotherhood provides everything we need. No one here has any connection to the Commonwealth. I don't know. None of this makes any sense.
Do you know anything about the missing supplies?
Not really. I've heard it's mostly food and, vacuum tubes? No, sorry, they just lost those.
You lost some vacuum tubes. How?
Someone had just filed them in the wrong place, apparently. Clark found them the next day. The little things do happen, but it never amounts to much. The sergeant may complain, but Proctor Tegan and his scribes are very thorough. 1 or 2 crates, maybe, but not this many.
What's it like working in logistics?
It's not a bad post. Sergeant Gavel is tough, but I've learned a lot from working here. I guess some people take to it and some don't. Like Clark.
What about Clark?
We joined the Brotherhood around the same time, about 2 years ago.
Why? What happened?
I don't know, honestly. He's just been...
Why? What happened?
I don't know, honestly.
That's all for now.
Let me know if you need anything else. Now, where was I? I can't believe super mutants were human ones. How could science have gone so wrong?
Out of an orange color, purple stripe, pretty green polka dot sky. Alakazam and goodbye.
No luck? I told you it was a waste of time. Listen, I questioned every soldier in the... If you insist on... Hell, you've got the captain's backing. You could search every damn berth on the Pridwin, and no one would raise a finger. Now, is there anything else you need from me?
That's all.
Spring Valley potato crisps are so light, so crisp,
that it's impossible to eat just one. You can eat
You, that
100.
doesn't seem all.
You can eat
To me,
a million. You can eat
archaeological-
nothing but potato crisps from now until the day your chest explodes
Ready, ma'am?
from heart failure. But you'll never be able to eat just one. Don't take our word for it. Ask the food scientists who have engineered our crisps.
Standard research patrol, ma'am. I extract data while you keep us alive.
That's why we at Spring Valley are working hard
Let's do
to make
this.
sure
Roger
every
that.
store in
Here's
your
the location.
neighborhood
I'll
is
follow
fully
your lead,
stocked
ma'am.
at all times. That way, you can finish every last crisp, secure in the knowledge that you'll never have to eat anything else. Spring Valley potato crisps, because you can never eat just one.
You're listening to Atomic Radio, the #1 AM station in all of Boston.
High atop the snow-drenched mountains of Hibonia, upon peaks no mortal dare climb, lays an orb with the promise of spring. Only one man is virile enough to conquer its icy summit, Grognak the Barbarian. But these aren't just any snows. These are the fabled snows of lust.
My dear barbarian, I fear you made a mistake in coming here. It is known that no mortal man can resist the snows of lust. For when you gaze upon its beauty, any desire to climb this mountain will be frozen solid.
It is you who tempt death, Siren, for you underestimate the fire in Grognak's loins.
By the winters of Asgard, such heat!
Now do you see, woman? Grognak's desire does not freeze, it burns.
Will Grognak beat back the bordello of blizzards? Or will the snows of lust seduce our hero and leave the land in an endless winter? Find out in this special adventure, Grognak the Barbarian, lost in the snows of lust.
Oh, it's on!
Over here! Over here! Area secure.
Word from our sponsors.
Hello?
Brand, it's Paulie.
Paulie! So good to hear your voice. I bet you're calling to tell me you got into CIT. Your mother thought it was a waste of time, but I knew you were smart enough.
No, Gran, I didn't get into CIT. I'm in prison.
Prison? Oh, I'm sure it's not a big deal. Everyone in town knows you're a good boy.
It is a big deal, Brand. I boosted a car and they're saying it's a felony and they're gonna try me as an adult.
Well, how about that? An adult. And all summer you haven't grown as much as the rest of the boys. But the people at the station will see you later today. You're a man now.
That's not a good thing. I can get 20 years.
I don't know. I hear you has good work programs available. You could learn a valuable trade while the other kids are busy studying philosophy and social science.
Well, that's all well and good, but I need you to bail me out. I only have one phone call.
And you did well to call your grand. Listen, my grandson is no quitter. You tell the resistance we want to stay as long as it takes until you learn everything they have to teach you.
But Gran, some of the other inmates, they're calling me sweetie.
See? You're making friends already.
If you only have one phone call, make sure it counts. If you only have one phone service, make sure it's Bosscom Phone and Television.
Standing down.
Now, some music.
Everyone tells me he's no good. He doesn't love me like he should.
I would forget him if I only
Something's out there.
could. He's a demon. He's a devil. He's a dog.
Target located.
But man can look me in the eye and tell the biggest, sweetest lie. And I thought that little song is he's a demon. He's a devil. Sometimes I make up my mind that I'll stop being so blind and tell him off real bad. But then it turns on those charms and there I am in his arms. And I forget where I'm at. I wanna tell him drop dead, but I keep loving him instead.
Red Scorpion in range.
He's a demon. He's a devil.
Take no prisoners.
Sometimes he thrills me through and through. Sometimes he's sweet, sometimes he's true. Sometimes I wish he weren't Timbuktu.
Hey, over here.
He's a demon. He's a devil. He's a He says he'll call for me at 9 and take me out somewhere to dine. Then staggers in and sings sweet and old line.
Leave no mute alive.
He's a darling. He's a dreamboat. He's a dog.
Hey,
Need something?
wait there.
Roger. Holding position.
The chicken pox and the flu. My whooping cough was grim. I had the itch and the mumps, the poison ivy in clumps. To top it, now I've got him. He's a palooza, he's a brute. He drives me crazy, but he's cute. Drives me a love, but I ought to shoot. He's a demon. He is a devil. He is a dog.
Hey,
Holding.
come on.
I'm on it.
Where'd they go?
We're on the air from Bristol to Beantown. This is Atomic Radio.
We're taking too many rounds. We need to move out.
I never did believe my sister. And how could I? Her penchant for lying was downright pathological. I remember when we were 8. She convinced the neighborhood boys that Manta Man was her second cousin. She'd show them a toy gun and call it the Manta Ray and conjure up the most convoluted explanations for why it didn't work. She even convinced our father that the school required her to have her own terminal to turn in her homework. Sure enough, a week later, the men from Robco showed up at our door. I wasn't even jealous.
We may have a problem.
All I could do was marvel at what my sister had wrought.
Who's right here?
She could weave a story that there was no question. She would close every plot hole and have an answer for every doubt. All she needed from her audience was just a sliver of bent truth, a tiny suspension of disbelief
Fire.
to pull you in. So when she told me about the horror that lived inside that terminal, of course I dismissed it. It was my sister after all. I knew her better than anyone. Oh, she kept at it. She knew quite well that I was immune to her wild fits of fancy, and it would take more than a good story to make me believe. Naturally, she had no real proof. It was always at the dead of night, never when anyone else was around. The terminal would turn itself on and type strange cryptic messages. She couldn't tell me what it said, because she didn't understand the words. But then there was the other side of it, the ever-bending truth that lay in the content of those messages. She would scribble them down every night until she had notebooks full of what she believed to be an ancient and unknown language. She was committed to this lie, that much was for sure. So committed, in fact, that I could hear her in the dead of night, typing and scribbling. She became distant, to the point that I had to struggle to maintain my disbelief. Yet the day she disappeared, I was sure it was another hoax. I knew that the moment I believed her, the second I gave in, she would show up at the door and claim she'd got the better of me. She did. Even now, when I sleep in her room, listening to her terminal type, I find it all too hard to believe. How can I? Because if this translation is correct, and what it says is true, then there's nothing I can do to save her.